Oh, goddamn, this thing's low.
It's like the Falcon.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that in a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Travis. Yeah. Travis Brooks. The guy I met when I was 4 years old, who I thought was the because he brought some Hot Wheels cars to school. And ever since then, we've been mates, getting up to all sorts of shenanigans. And after 21 years of friendship, I figured I should repay him for that day that he let me play with his Hot Wheels at school. Now, you still don't know what's happening, do you?
No.
Okay.
I can have a good guess, but I don't know.
What's the guess?
The AirTouch 500?
He's got it. He's got it, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, Mum, unfortunately, even though I went out of my way to fill up the car for Mum, so she didn't want to get Satine her in her car, so we've traded cars. She hasn't went and filled up hers, so we're going to go fill it up.
We can get some dinner.
Well, that's what I was saying. Sorry, I wasn't saying that, but that's what I was thinking.
That's what you're thinking.
Get some dinner as well. So Travis and I were driving 1.5 hours away to Tailem Bend, where we would be seeing the Australian V8 Supercars, which is a racing series that has had many names but has been around since the 60s and has a bit of a cult following here in Australia and has brought about many legends. What we will be watching is the AirTouch 500, a 500-kilometre endurance race with 2 drivers per car racing around a track for hours on end. But that wasn't for a few days, and in the meantime, we'll be watching plenty of practice sessions, having some great food, and watching some other great racing series. Damn it. That room, they only had offers for a shared bed, though. So we would have been smooching. Here you go, 241. I'm holding the phone. No, you have to take it out, I reckon. Oh, bougie. Oh, it's snug.
Breakfast time, then. Fangirling. Oh, you mate, you good? That was Thomas Randle, Tick Ford Racing's V8 Supercars driver for their number 55 Castrol Ford Mustang GT, who's going to be sharing said car with James Moffat, son of Supercars Hall of Fame's Alan Moffat, who we just adore. But personally, I'm more of a Cam Waters fan, mostly because Travis already goes for Thomas Randle. Cam is Thomas's teammate, and I just think his liveries tend to look a little bit better. Now, Thomas Randle is a great driver, just about always hanging out in the top 10 of the leaderboard, and he drives for Ford, which we love here. He also partook in a few other racing series and getting championship titles in the Super 2 series, the Toyota Racing series, Formula Ford, and some karting series. But that is not why we are interested in talking about him. No, we are interested in talking about him because right now he is ignoring his number one fan, Travis Brooks.
Travis is all depressed, aren't you? You didn't get your star moment. It's all right. You got all weekend.
Mate, I was this close to him, and he had to go in his car.
I reckon he was avoiding you. He saw the shirt. It was like, oh no, I know what he's going to be like. He's one of my fans.
I'll either get him this afternoon's practice or tomorrow.
So I was doing some research while you were having your time. The minimum, and this is if you like really cost cutting and stuff like that, right? The minimum full setup, and I presume this is renting some of the equipment.
Renting?
Yeah. $4 million minimum, right? But these factory backed cars and stuff like that, or these higher end people that are just dumping money into it, are putting upwards of $10 million in annually. And that's including the car and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they
$10 million.
Things, pay drivers. I wonder what the payroll looks like. That's what I want to know.
Oh, it'd be a lot of that.
How many people are dishing out just paychecks
Well,
each week?
$1 million's a car, just buying it. The next million's probably just payroll.
Yeah. Nah, not really. Your drivers, you think, could be pushing a lot of that million.
That is our room. Got breakfast coming up, although we've already had breakfast. Good morning. So today's going to be a bit more relaxed. Today's going to be a bit busier. Yesterday was a bit more relaxed. We were just sort of hanging around, doing bits and pieces, going and seeing, scouting out what everything is. And now we're going to be actually doing some more things. So we've got the first thing this morning is going to be getting our photos taken with the trophy. So I'm interested to see what that's going to be like. And then I think we're getting a garage tour. I don't know which garage. I don't know if we get a tour of, if we get to choose which one, but we're going to go do one. So that's going to be super interesting too. And then the rest is just,
going around watching all the races and doing all the normal motorsport things, which so far has been pretty good. So I'm keen for the rest of it.
In front of Caleb Sumich. Team now, having had already an outlap, so he's building. Today, Andrew, he said, I did not have a new tyre to run, so they didn't have that new tyre.
God, these things just sound amazing, but they keep blowing out the bloody microphones, you can't hear them properly. Anyways, now on this trip, I got Travis and I a little bundle, which included breakfast, dinner, photos with the trophy, a track tour, which we'll be doing tomorrow, and a garage tour, which ended up being the SCT Logistics car number 12, a Chevy Camaro. Now this may not be a team that either of us root for, but it was fascinating seeing the car up close and seeing all the equipment that has to come with it. What we are walking up into here is this team's rear trailer setup. Each team has a B double set or 2 trailers holding everything they need for a race. In this rear trailer, they hold all the spares they could ever need for their car, both used and unused, keeping all the unused ones around to see where and if they fail, why they fail, all of which is meticulously packed and recorded. And on top of all this, quite literally, the car is stored. Yes, everything for their car has to fit in this rear trailer. And the front trailer, well, that's used for their crew and all their crew's equipment. Now, the tyres, a super important part of racing, as a team has to decide which compound tyre will best suit their strategy. And this year, they are provided and installed by Dunlop, and Dunlop have to install the tyre, the teams cannot. They mark and provide serial numbers on each tyre to stop cheating and keep racing consistent. But consistency really depends on what happens in here, the pits, which has multiple roles, a big portion of which is analysing data, as the car is outfitted with a myriad of sensors, all of which need to be interpreted and compared with the feedback coming from the driver, who spends all his time in one of these naturally aspirated V8 powered beasts. Now there is heaps of nuanced details to get into with these teams and cars, but that is not why Travis and I are here. We are here to watch some racing.
1, 2,
Ready, Travis?
I think I forgot.
We've been joking about how many wristbands we've needed. I'm on 5 because I've been keeping all of them on, but at minimum we need 3 on at any time. And we're going to get a total of 7. Because I'm getting 2 more, so this one and the next one.
Oh yeah, you're getting an international. Jesus.
There's a red one under there.
Way to the grid, or at least one of them is.
Randle's doing it.
So what these drivers are going to be looking for and thinking on these formation laps is just getting a feel for the car, make sure everything's tight, generate a slight bit of temperature for everything.
The track tour. I thought this was quite cool, nearly as good as the pit tour itself. With our Super 2 driver turned tour guide, took us out on the back of a semi and explained the ins and outs of the track, which is a permanent racetrack called The Bend and was currently set up as their nearly 5-kilometre GT circuit, which means the teams will have to complete over 100 laps to complete this endurance race on what is known to be a pretty fast-paced track. And although not extreme, there are some notable elevation changes on some of these fast-paced corners. Not to mention too, this is a new track, only participating in the V8 Supercars series for a few years now. So I'm sure each and every driver is going to have their work cut out for them as they start this race.
Starts, certainly in a Gen 3 supercar. And that then means it leads to having done very little or no running on a low temperature, low pressure tyre on lap 1 and 2. And then there's the whole business of managing that tyre through the first stage. Nobody's done start number 3 for him. And the people that are around him, like Jamie Whitcup, it's 559 starts. He'll be effectively alongside him on this staggered grid. So that gives you a little bit of an idea as to the offset. Cooper Murray will be pretty speedy in this group as well, I imagine, for position number 8. Spare a thought for Harry Jones, had a quick word with him on the grid. Fabian Coulthard has been a victor at this location as well. Jado Jada was racing here last weekend, and he was in a GT car. There are 10 of these young gentlemen today that have done less than 10 races. So when you put those numbers together, you add massive difference. Front row of the grid, Whitcup and McLeod. Row number 2.
Let's go racing, boys!
I gotta say that I do, well, I haven't driven L8, I've driven LX Tirana. A lot more nimbler than the Falcon. The Falcon's a big boat, but the Falcon's faster.
So, yeah, didn't feel much of the race. I was a bit too busy getting carried away and enjoying it. My bad. But look, I thought it was a pretty good weekend with Cam Waters coming in second and Travis's Thomas Randle coming in ninth with a crappy pit stop and an off during the race. And I hope you enjoyed it too, Trav, and thanks for the decades of friendship, and here's to many, many more. Oh, and Trav did get his star moment after all.
There you go. You got your moment. It's lived forever.
Yeah. Oh, you were fiddling with your mic, that's gonna come up. Yep. You're gonna hear it.
You got your moment.
I'm in.
That's the result. Oh my god,
7 different bands.